to this session of workshop regarding the plasma technology. Today's subject is about the introduction of plasma fluctuation unit, PFU in short. This unit is from Tucheng, which is in Taiwan. Taiwan Gas Nano Laboratory. Okay, and we will have a introduction of the blueprint of how to make this plasma unit, which is a kind of unit that can create field and also having a kind of field coverage. People can feel or can sense the field of plasma, okay, which is very powerful unit for ordinary people to understand about the usage and function of the plasma technology. In a way, it will make ordinary people to getting to know the existence of the plasma. Okay. So today I will be the speaker. My nickname on the internet is the roaming around the universe. And the designer of this unit is Jack, who's from Taiwan, whose Chinese name is Guanzhonghe. I call him Guanzhong. Okay. He's from Tucheng, which is a town or city from Taiwan. And in Taiwan, they have a gas nano laboratory, and he is the member, one of the members of that laboratory. And I'm from mainland China, and I was kind of helping him to let the world know about this plasma fluctuation unit. Okay. Okay, let me make a brief introduction of the making, the history of this plasma unit. Okay. The reason why we want to present this plasma unit to the English-speaking people or friend is that we have already tested and experienced the usage and function of this unit back here in both in mainland China and Taiwan. It is actually it was started in August or September last year, when the designer, Mr. He or Jack, first invented or made this unit, and they have tested for quite a long time, for about 3 or 4 months, and people can now feel the field which is emanating from this unit. So actually people have very good opinion or feeling about this unit. So it's actually in the early this year this unit was brought to China in one of the QQ group in mainland China, and a lot of people have already know how to make this unit, and they have already sensed the functionality of this unit, and all feel very good. Okay, and they will have a whole new understanding of the plasma technology. The ordinary people can also feel very strongly. Some of them will have very strong feel of the plasma field. Actually, a lot of people have been learning throughout years, for about 4 or 5 years online, following the online teaching, trying to learn how to open the plasma, or how to utilize the plasma to do some things, but they always found it very difficult, or cannot find a clue to have a practical thing, a practical unit that can let themselves or their friend or family members or colleagues or some other guys that he or him or her knows, to introduce or to tell them about this great technology, about this great knowledge, okay, to the other people. But because it is only a kind of a thing that you just talk about it without any practical thing, it's a little bit difficult to convince the ordinary people that there is actually such a kind of thing as plasma, but actually it is only a way of saying that. It is actually called qi in Chinese tradition, okay. In Chinese culture, I think majority of Chinese people know about the qi. So actually, plasma is qi. It is the real qi. So once we have this plasma fluctuation unit, once you build it, you will sense the qi very strongly. Okay, it is real thing which is existed just around you. You can step into this qi environment, and you will sense the qi, the existence of qi, and it will be very helpful for your health, as in everybody's within our body we have a kind of balance between yin and yang, and this kind of qi will be used to actually help everybody to have a balanced qi, okay, or field inside their body. Therefore, in a relatively a gradual term or long term, it will let the people have a very ease of mind and have very balanced body, and the resulting in a very good health, a well-being, a very healthful, healthy body. Okay, and this is just a brief introduction of this plasma fluctuation unit. Why we will want to build it, and we will want to spread the knowledge to the world. That is, to let the whole world to know this unit, to know that the existence of the qi, which is a very real thing, and you can sense it through this unit. Okay, and let's go on to the next slide. This one, the picture everybody's looking is actually the second generation of the plasma fluctuation unit, and the first generation, or the first prototype, is actually not very good looking. Actually, it's just a very cool way of making that unit, but it's very effective. And this version is based on that, the first prototype, and looks very neat, very beautiful. Okay. We can see from this picture it is very simple, very easy, without using very complicated material and way of creating it. Okay. This is a brief introduction of the plasma fluctuation unit. Actually, the plasma fluctuation unit based its design principle on the plasma technology publicized by the CAS Foundation, using the characteristics of its GaNs and nanomaterials. It will flow the liquid in the tube by the introduction of gas in coordination with the structural design, so as to release the plasma field potential difference in the central part and to create the plasma flow. Okay, and it has some of the functions like the creation of plasma field, and it can also cover the space coverage by the field, and it can be used as a kind of pendulum or kind of articles as a decoration. Okay, and then it will have the functionality of soothing environment, or making people feel very ease, okay, comfort, cozy environment in such a kind of field. And the last part in this picture is about the contact information. You can notice the name of the designer is Mr. Guan Zhonghe, and the editor or the designer of the pamphlet is Ms. Lai Meilin, and also the address is from GaNs Nano Laboratory of Tucheng, Taiwan. Okay, so anybody, if we want to contact him, you can using this contact information with the designer of this unit. Okay, so today we are going to talk about 6 parts about this workshop, and the first one is about the brief introduction that I just talked about, and then we will have the introduction of the materials of the PFU, which is plasma fluctuation unit. And the material is very simple, just the plasma, GaNs, CO2 water, GaNs water. And the third one is about the structure and the principle of PFU. We will talk in detail about the structure of it and also the working principle of PFU. And the fourth section, we're going to talk about the function and the application of PFU. And the fifth one, we will talk about things that we need to pay attention to when we use this product or this device. And finally, we will have a brief conclusion of what we are talking about today. Okay. So we first talk about the brief history of the development of this unit. Okay. So the unit actually is in coordination with the Taiwan Tucheng Gas Nano Laboratory. The gas nano laboratories in Taiwan, in Tucheng, Taiwan, has been established actually for several years based on the electrical engineering and industrial design background to enter into the plasma technology field. During this process, they have spent millions of dollars. Actually, it is the new Taiwan dollar to research and develop technologies in plasma, nanomaterials, and GaNs. And now they have actually into the process of research and education spreading of this knowledge, and they will support the ethos of CAS Foundation in their actual deed, while at the same time expecting to improve the livelihood of Taiwanese. Okay, and the history of plasma or PFU. Actually, the original idea of making this unit was formed in July 2016, when at that time the Mr. He or Jack was talking about the air pollution with his wife, and his wife suggested that in a healthy living environment, the air must be in a circulated way. So if the smog comes in, inhaling the air coming from the balcony will make people feel unease or not in a comfortable state. So she hoped that there might be a gas air purifying device to deal with this problem. Because of this reason, Jack began to design the prototype in his spare time in August. After activating the device, the family members immediately felt the energy coming from the field. It was just like a continuous waves of a gentle breeze touching the face. So one could also feel a sense of waves of coolness and tingling, which seems to be able to activate the chi channel of the whole body. It could also improve the heart weakness, respiratory failure, and fatigue, etc. However, it was a pity that because of the poor design of the first prototype, after making several times of structural breakup and experiencing leakage of gas water, various modification was made during the process, which, as right now in a retrospect, Jack can feel both the sweetness as well as the bitterness of the development of the design of this unit. Okay, and in September, Jack made 2 prototypes, one after another, where he also found that it was very convenient for making the magnetized drinking water. After the Jack stayed at home for a recuperation because of an injury, when 2 devices are running at the same time, they could feel the fluctuation of the field energy it suffuses the whole space like the effect of cascading the ripples during the small hours of the night. And he could also observe the effect that the body was full of energy to the extent that one could not fall into sleep. So at that time, it was better to shut off the device. Okay, and in December, Jack took the prototype to the Tucson Gas Nano Laboratory. After testing, they observed the function of covering the space as well as the creation of the field. The biological field also has had a significant improvement during the test. And actually on 29th of December 2016, okay, at the invitation of Mr. Yao Seng Qiu, Mr. Qiu Yao Seng, okay. During the Plasma Knowledge Seekers Creation event sponsored by the Tucson Gas Nano Laboratory, Jack publicly demonstrated the Universal Plasma Fluctuation Unit, which was named by Mr. Qiu. And the whole event was video recorded, and several participants and CAS fans in Taiwan experienced the live effect. So this is the acknowledgement. The author does not dare to make any improper claim, and the plasma fluctuation unit or the fluctuation unit mentioned in the this workshop refer to the device. During the process of research and development by courtesy of Mr. Yao Seng Qiu of Tucson Gas Nano Laboratory, providing valuable suggestions as well as the family support and the feedback from the users, Jack hereby acknowledged for that, and he hoped that his small contribution may benefit the people around the world. Okay, and the following is just brief pictures. Some of the pictures. This one is on the 29th of December 2016. They have a kind of knowledge seekers creation event, and during that time he first showed the fluctuation unit. It's working, and the people have their feelings of the field. Okay, they are right now talking about the unit and its effect. And this one is on the 24th of January this year, 2017, and they have another workshop, and we can see around 15 or 16 people sitting around a chair on which there is a plasma fluctuation unit. It's in working mode, and the people can just sit there, closing their eyes, and feel the field emanating from this unit. Okay. And on the 30th in January 2017, we held a mainland Chinese network workshop talking about the plasma fluctuation unit, and that workshop was also I was also the speaker of that workshop. It's about 3 hours or 2.5 or nearly 3 hours workshop, and we have a whole lot of people back here in China know about this unit, and a lot of people in my group have virtually replicated this unit, and I think most of them overwhelming majority of them have had very good impressions, feelings about this unit, which is very easy to make. Okay, and later we will talk about how to make this kind of unit. And on the 3rd of February 2017, I also talk about the food GANs, the making of food GANs, and also its combination with the plasma fluctuation unit. Because I myself have been drinking GANs water for more than I think 75 for approximately 75 days without eating, and it actually feels very comfortable. And a lot of people ask me about the what's the feelings, or is there any ways that people can also replicate this kind of way of living. Okay, I said it's very easy. Okay, and that is the workshop that I organized, and also a whole lot of people watched this workshop, and they understand how the functions of replacing the ordinary diet by the plasma or GANs water or food GANs water is actually a very good way of living. At least I myself have this kind of personal experience, as Jackie and some other guys have already done, are already experienced. They have experienced more than a year, I think, right now. So I'm just the beginning, but I can feel completely the same kind of feeling, full of energy, and without any fatigue or tiredness or something like that. It's all gone. Okay, so it's really very wonderful feeling. So I will here thank Mr. Cass about bringing this very beautiful technology and knowledge into this world, okay, to share with everybody. And that is the reason why I like to cooperate with anybody who have this kind of open mind to share knowledge and this kind of technology with the people around the world, actually, to make the people to make the world to be a better place for everybody to live in, not the world that we are right now living in, which is very I think is upside down. Okay, and then this is the another workshop, which is Chinese workshop for plasma technology, which is organized by Rusi, who is very diligent and very kind-hearted to spread knowledge about the technology to the Chinese people. Okay, this is on the 11th February 2017. So more and more people back here in China have been able to learn about this technology, and more and more people have been aware of the great things or the great effects of this knowledge and technology that can bring to their daily lives. Okay, and this one is on the 16th of February 2017, and Mr. Jack or Mr. Guanzhong He. Okay, they organized a kind of practical way of doing that. That is the people gathering together and to make or replicate this unit on their own. Okay, so these are also organized by the Taiwan Tucheng Taiwan gas nano or nanogas laboratory. Okay, it's a kind of event. And so here we come to the next part, which is the introduction of the materials of PFU. That is, we will talk about how to make this unit. Okay, the material is rather simple. Only three parts. One is plasma, gas, and CO2 gas, water. Okay, and also some pipes or tubes and air pumps, something like that. Okay, and before we enter into the materials, let's talk about the basic things about the plasma. Okay, in the space, we know that there's a kind of no matter state of the universe, and they're full of a myriad weak magnetic field, which can be called the initial basic particles. Basic particles have various magnetic field strength and direction of motion. Those basic particles which have similar magnetic field strength will come closer to each other because of interacting magnetically, thus forming the interlocking spheres, so as the inner initial gravitational field is formed, and those residual weak magnetic fields surrounding the outer side of the sphere form the initial magnetic field, which can be called magnetic field components of the plasma. In the same manner, various combinations from different magnetic components, such as magnetic components like principal matter, transitional matter, and visible matter, toroidal field force, transfer area, free plasma, etc. And they come together to form a new entity called the initial basic plasma. Okay, and this is just a kind of brief introduction of plasma. And then we have the second material that we use, which is GaNs, a very important material that we use in this unit. GaNs, in short term, is the gas in nano state, or gas in nano solid state, as Mr. Cash often talk about. Actually, it is a kind of gas, but it's in a nano solid state. So gas in China, the Chinese version of it is actually the same sound. It is actually by transliteration, so it has the same sound like GaNs. Okay, in scientific world, only they look at the GaNs as the molecule of the same element. For the first time, GaNs technology discovered the 5 states of matter, as in solid, liquid, gas, and GaNs, and plasma state. The natural environment of the Earth connects with multiple atomic level plasma, as in molecule structure state, which is matter, and the GaNs is the plasma in molecule state or atomic state, the magnetic field strength of the Earth's natural environment is relatively weak, which cannot connect GANs as bigger molecule state. But non-GANs state atom only have one solid state, which is a natural phenomenon of the universe. The living entity matter is a kind of GANs. GANs exist and operates in the principal matter, transitional matter, and also in the visible matter. For example, protein is one of the states of GANs molecule of the magnetic field strength of the visible matter. The conversion of GAN state is because of the inner magrav strength of the gas atom changes into compact solid state, therefore having new properties and characteristics, most in dynamic solid state. Sometimes it is like gas or liquid. Most of the elements in the universe are converting their structural model by various high temperature or high pressure through the GANs state of the matter. The GANs state of the matter can convert into all the model structure of the element. Thus, GANs has the features of visible, elasticity, flexibility, and tenderness. Actually, above all, it has another feature, which is immortality. I think people will have a better understanding about this feature along the way of experiencing it by themselves. Okay. And then we have plasma first aid. This is very famous. Brief introduction of how to use the different gases in different situations, like in disaster, something like that, or something like in a disease, or in cuts or skin infections, internal injuries, broken bones, or prevention of nuclear incident, or head, brain injuries, radioactive contamination, water purification, electromagnetic pollution shield, etc. There are tons of ways of using the GANs to deal with all of these kind of situations, and also has only in this one page it tells ordinary people how to do or how to make this material. Okay, so it's very handy way of putting everything together, letting people know how to use this one to create the first aid materials. Okay, now in this one we come to the another material, which is the GAN CO2 water. Okay, the Mr. Cash once talked about to pour 20 to 60 milliliter of CO2 GANs into 5 to 10 liter drinking water and shake evenly, wait until it settles down, and then take out the upper clear water, which is CO2 GANs water, and GANs water can then be added into the bathtub for bathing. It can help create T cell and B cell, protects immune system, and eliminates damage from radiation. It can help female conceive by putting 2 kilogram of CO2 GANs water into the bathtub when bathing, sitting in it for about half an hour or 1 hour a day. The CO2 gas water used by PFU is the CO2 gas. After production, wait for it to settle down and directly take out the upper level of its original salt water. So you can use original salt water, CO2 salt water, and put it into the using in this unit. Okay. So we then talk about the structure and principle of PFU. Okay. PFU actually is based its design principle on the plasma technology. Okay, and we can notice that from the previous pictures, it is a very simple structure. So we will talk about its structure. Also, we'll have the blueprint, a very detailed blueprint of how to making it, and then we talk about its principle. Okay, its working principle. Okay, so the structure, we can see the structure of the fluctuation unit consists of coiled tube, which is inside the glass, and then we have air pump, which is the black one, and air tube, which is the plastic tube on the floor or table, and we have an air regulating valve, very small one, and also a check valve, and CO2 gas water, bottled CO2 gas, etc. The coiled tube, it adopts the counterclockwise structure. That is, the one end of the air tube is inserted into the end of the coiled tube, winding into it for a certain length, which we will talk about in the following pages about the blueprint. You can see it clearly how to make it. Okay, and it also in counterclockwise manner, winding it into the coiled tube, and then the other end of the air tube becomes the air entry hole. This air entry tube is connected with an air pump, which is equipped on the outside of the structure. On the air tube, it is fixed with an air regulating valve and a check valve. Fill the coiled tube with CO2 gas water, and then you put a bottle of CO2 gas and put it inside the hollow space of the counterclockwise coiled tube, thus completing the whole setup. It's just like this, very simple. Okay, and we have the operation and maintenance. After activating the air pump, regulates the air regulating valve. Observe the water position. If it does not spill over the air tube, then that is fine. After using it for a period of time, if water inside the coiled tube evaporates, one may infuse CO2 gas water or tap water into it through the air tube. One water position is raised to the second ring from the top or on the top, then that is the same water level. Okay. Okay, this is the blueprint of plasma fluctuation unit. This is version 101. 1.1. Actually, it is fairly easy. You can see from this diagram or blueprint, the length of the coiled tube is about 410 centimeter, which is 4.1 meter. Okay. And the air tube, which is connecting the air pump with the coiled tube, is about 150 centimeter. Okay. And you have to insert the air tube into the coiled tube, and that's about 50 centimeter. Okay. And it will have actually it is at the bottom, the air tube inserted into the coiled tube. The coiled tube you see on the bottle on the right side, that end of the coiled tube is actually coming up from the end or from the bottom of the coiled tube, and the air tube entering into this hole or air tube or coiled tube and into the bottom of the coiled tube for about 102 circles. Okay, just to make sure that the air entering into the coiled tube may push the water to rotate in a counterclockwise direction. Okay, if you just insert a very short distance into this coil tube, the air bubble will not be able to push forward, but push backward. The air bubble will back out from the entry hole, so that will not be able to make this unit function properly. Okay, and apart from that, we can see that there are only two holes. One is using the air tube entering into it. The other hole, which is on the left side of the picture, which is open hole, just suspended in there, cause the air from right into this coiled tube will be able to have a way of coming out. Okay, so the water inside this coiled tube will be moving like a fluctuation, like a wave, rippling, and the bubble will go from right side entering into it to the bottom and then go up again and coming out from the left side. Okay, and then we have a glass container outside, and in the middle there is a hollow space, and in that hollow space we have another plastic bottle, and in this plastic bottle we will have 200 cc gans of CO2 gas. Okay, and then in the coiled tube we can put 150 cc CO2 liquid plasma, and this plasma can be the what we just talked about, the saltwater CO2 gas or liquid plasma inside this coiled tube. And then on the right side we can see it's only a check valve, which is used to prevent the air coming back or water coming back into the air pump, which will create a lot of problems for the machine to properly running. Okay, and then we have a regulating valve, which is used to increase or decrease the air flow into the coiled tube. And you will notice that this valve is very important. You have to have it to control the speed or the strength of the flow so that the water inside the coiled tube may not spill over the left side of the coiled tube. Okay, and the air pump is very small. The power is very small. You can see it is 1.2 to 1.6 liter per minute for the airflow. And then we have a switch, and then we have plug, and just plug into the main. And it is only about 3 watt actually, and the electricity consumption can be actually neglected. So the large tube size is about 10 millimeter times 14 millimeter. This is the inner diameter and the outer diameter of the tube. And also we have small tube size, which is 4 millimeter, and outer diameter of it is 6 millimeter. This small tube is actually equipped with the air pump. When you buy an air pump, they will provide you with the small tube, because the small tube is just used to fit onto the air exhaust hole on the air pump. Okay, so that's you don't have to worry about this kind of small tube. What you really need to consider is that the large that is coiled tube, the size is big enough to let the small tube to be inserted. That is okay. And the container size is about 12 centimeter times 12 centimeter, and this is actually the diameter, and also times 20 centimeter, which is the height of the container. And this is just a very simple device, just like this, without using, apart from the air pump, which is not used actually in the structure of the fluctuation unit. And the fluctuation unit on its own, plasma or PFU on its own, do not have any metal materials used. Okay, that is just like Mr. Cass always talk about, that in the human body you actually do not use copper tube to create the chi, okay, create the plasma. All the tubes inside your body, like something like esophagus, your trachea, blood vessel, including the bone structure, inside its wall, you will see there are nanolayers. Once matter enter or in a state of a nanostate, their field will be created or freed. That is, in the matter state, the plasma field or the chi has been squeezed very tightly and have no space to expand out. So once it is in a nanostate, the chi of the matter can be emanating from its center matter. So people will have chi inside their body without using any copper. Okay, copper pipe. So based on this kind of principle, Jack or Mr. He just use a plastic tube and glass bottle, okay, and also the glass like a container. They will have it will be able to create the plasma just by using the simple materials. Okay, so we talk about the operation principle of this unit. We can see that in the bottled gas, which is inside the space of a coiled tube, needs to be shaken in up and down manner for 30 times before placed into the center of the space. Due to the characteristics of the nanomaterials, after the harmonic vibration effect is triggered, the realignment will be formed. Both of its gravitational and magnetic field can all penetrate the wall of the bottle, passing on the motion to the particles in the space. The energy within the space of the coiled tube forms an apple-shaped dynamic flowing field, which, after physical measurement, shows the phenomenon of air temperature decrease. The gas water inside the tube also has nanomaterial characteristics. After pushed by the air, it will create fluctuation displacement, which will help to move and release the gas field. It will also create an apple-shaped dynamic flowing field. The bottle gas field inside the vertical space of the coiled tube and the gas water field inside the coiled tube, their interaction create multiplying effect due to the identical magrav flow direction. It will create flowing field with the characteristics of fluctuation and emanation. The space field in the parameter of the fluctuation unit after circulation, the magnetic field strength will be increased continuously. It's shaped like a fluctuating and emanating apple-shaped dynamic flowing field. From the center of the fluctuation unit, the high strength magnetic field radiates towards the lower strength magnetic field on the periphery, thus completing the space coverage and field creation. Okay, and this is just the running principle concept of the plasma fluctuation unit. So we can see here there are different pictures. On the upper left corner of the picture, we can see it is a coil which is a spiral turning to the right. The direction of the field flow, okay, and the on the right corner of the slide is a kind of field creation. Once the field is created, you will notice that it's just like an apple. It has a entry hole and also has an exit, and the field is just like circling around this sphere. So the plasma field is different from the ray, like a gamma ray or beta ray or some other rays, which is sending from the center towards the infinity without coming back. But the plasma, it actually forming a dynamic apple-shaped a field, which is a circulating all the time. Once it exits from the top, it will always coming back from the bottom and into it's circling again. So that is the reason. Once you have the gas created, its energy will have an everlasting time span, like the sun. It's been there for millions or billions of years, like the Earth and other cosmetic entities or cosmic or entities in the universe. Once it's created, it will be there running all the time. Okay, so not only in the macro scale but also in the micro scale, everything is constantly moving. So we just getting energy from this very natural way of universe. Okay, and we can also see the people, every people, human being, they will also have a kind of apple-shaped energy field around them. So 1-2 people getting together, we can see, even though they have not physically touched each other, their field has already interlocking or entangled together. Okay, and this one is also the operation principle concept. We can see on the upper left picture, it's just like you holding the bottle and shaking it in up and down manner, and shaking it more than 25 times or 30 times, and you can see from the left side of the this picture, the particles, or these particles are in a very chaos state, so it's unmagnetized. So once you it is not aligned actually. So once you shake it in up and down manner for about 30 times, and you can see all the particles have been naturally magnetized or in a aligned position. Okay, so on the left lower left side of the picture, you can see it's just like once you shake it, its wave is emanating outward, and then once you shake it the second time, another wave will coming after it, creating a kind of cascading effect. And even though you cannot see it, but it is just there and existed there. So the wave or the ripple of the field is continuously increase in this manner. So on the upper right corner, you can see it's kind of a dynamic way of letting us know the flow of the field around the unit and also around the human body. And the lower right corner is very famous picture, like Mr. Cash talked about in the previous 159th workshop about the famous picture of the creation, okay, of the matter. Okay, let's talk about the function and application of the PFU. Okay, the function and application, we can see it has several functions. The PFU can release field energy. Its function is space coverage, field creation, field energy property adjustment, as well as magnetized water production, etc. Space coverage can be used to extend the periphery of the field coverage. The fluctuation strength and frequency of the field periphery is dictated by the airflow rate, quantity of gas water, as well as the amount of the CO2 gas field creation. According to the experiment tests, human body may sense the fluctuation by standing as far as 6 meters away from the unit. Because of the type and nature of the gases are different, various field energy property adjustment can be realized. For example, CO2 gas, CH3, and COO gas, their ratio configuration may form thousands of combinations. So, if we use CO2 gas, its field property may act upon the emotion and spiritual level to show its effect. By choosing CH3, its field property may warm the human body and some other experiences. Okay. And we have some applications. As you can see, it can be used in a single unit, and also it can be used in a kind of combination like infinity 8 loop, triangle combination, and star formation. Other formations like feng shui formation, 聚灵 formation, and water gathering formation, and coolness formation. And other applications can be used for magnetizing drinking water. Okay, and these shapes you can make multiple this PFU and then placed onto some very specific or critical or important point of the shape. And once the shape is created, you can stay inside this space and you will feel very strong field around you. Okay, and once you stayed inside this field, and you will have a feeling after a period of time. It will first let your body in a very balanced state and getting rid of all sorts of problems regarding your health and other mental problems, I think. And once your body is in a very balanced state and you are full of this kind of qi energy inside your body, and you will feel the flow of energy along the spine cord of your body, coming or flowing upward towards your head, and then coming down back to the nose. Okay, the place of the lower side of your nose, and completing the cycle of the, we call in Chinese the 任督, okay, 2 meridians. So it's very helpful for one's health and longevity. Okay, and then we can see there are some suggestions for utilization. Okay, so when we use this unit, when the unit is in operation mode, most of the experiences or people who attend the experience, they will have a sense of comfort in the field space, and we suggest experiences observe for at most 30 minutes in the beginning, and if there is any unease, one may stop immediately. Okay. The second one is about if CO2 gas or CO2 gas water is used in the fluctuation unit, it will have the few property like facilitating the brain nervous system, emotional and spiritual body, and it will be greatly enhanced during the fluctuation in operation. So when used in the evening, it sometimes may make one feel invigorating. A timer switch may be added to the power strip, so it will be automatically shut off after the adjustment of the human body motion in the early stage of the sleep. And before the operation of the fluctuation unit, one may shake the gas bottle in up and down manner for 30 times before placing it into the inner space. The reason for it is just like what we talked about in the previous slide. It means that once you shake the gas bottle in up and down manner, even though the only thing you see is the movement of the bottle, but actually the field around the bottle is already there because it's filled with gas, and gas, just like what we talk about, is every individual gas is just like a little sun, and it will have entry and exit, and every single one gas is just like a one apple-shaped dynamic field or sphere. So when billions of these little suns coming together, it will have a lot of this dynamic movement of qi, okay, of the dynamic movement of the plasma field. So once you shake it in up and down manner, and all the field will have a movement outward, and also it will have a kind of rotation. And the rotation of this qi or field cascading with the coiled tube, the water inside it is pushed forward counterclockwise by the air pump. And just like what we talk about the basics of gas and basic of plasma, the particles in the space, they will have a kind of interconnecting features. When they have the similar strengths, they will coming up together and forming a kind of interlocking spheres. So one the outside, which is the coiled tube, and within it you already have the CO2 gas water, which is fluctuating all the time by the air pump, air bubble going into it and rotating in a counterclockwise rotation and direction. And also the central part of this gas bottle, it will create double counterclockwise effect, which adding up together, it will enhance the field constantly, and it will, once it exits, it will coming back. So this process, because it has a air pump which has a power supply, so the effect is increasing all the time. Okay, so you will have a very strong or very big field all the time. So if you always live or working or study or do things in this kind of environment, you will full of qi, okay, in all of your meridians or your channels, okay. Once people have full of qi inside their channels, inside their body, they will never have any problems, okay. Some of the people in China, which I myself personally know about, have already more than several hundred years, okay. I even heard of people saying that some people already over thousands of years just living right now in this world and having the appearance of about only 30 or 40 years old, men or women, okay. This is a real thing. But in Western world, very, very few people know about this kind of thing. But in China, once you are in a kind of position, getting to know this kind of person, you understand the world in a whole different way, actually. So the first one is about the if the water level of coiled tube is decreased, because it's been running all the time, you will run it for a whole lot of time. Because I myself have made several of this kind of unit. I think more than 5 or 6 one right now, and it's been running all the time, okay, continuously, and I can feel the qi on the backbone, that is my spinal cord. It's coming up towards the my head, okay, all the time. It's very strong. So after running for a period of time, you will notice that the water level inside the coiled tube, it will decrease, because your version is the open end of the coiled tube, even though my version has a little bit changed, but we will not talk about more about this, because this is just the blueprint of the original design of this unit. So after running a period of time, you will notice the water level will decrease. So when these things happen, you may add some gas water or tap water, but gas water will be the best, because inside it you need to have some gas water, the original gas water that you put it in it. So before adding water, for example, it is a new unit. When the unit is empty, the air pump may run at first, okay, and then you use a 60 milliliter syringe to suck water, and then infuse water from the place of air tube. And when the water level is up to the second upper range level, that is to say, the unit can be then properly running in this mode. So the last one, for the suggestion of utilization, is that when the fluctuation unit is in operation, please do not move it. This is because this unit is in the open end manner. So if you move it, the water may spill out. So be careful when you do that. So here we come to the last part of the today's workshop, or the knowledge, or the share of knowledge. Right now we have been already contacted the CAS Foundation for public teaching about this unit, and we have put the materials and information and everything to the Innovation Support Center for evaluation, and it's been I think more than a month now, and we will right now first make a kind of a video to record the blueprint in English, so that people from around the world may know how to make this kind of unit, and it will help a whole lot of people to know about the existence of qi, of the plasma, so that they may quite in a kind of situation that it's very much easier for them to enter into the wonderful world of the plasma technology. Okay, so we can see here there are some points about the conclusion, and we know that PFU is a practical device which can be used to realize space coverage and field creation. It can release and expand plasma flow, enhancing space magnetic strength as well as creating field space periphery. It can be reflected on the body senses of the biological body. It has the advantages of non-direct contact with the biological body, simple and easy structure, as well as saving electricity consumption, etc. The magrav interaction is generated between the fields of a PFU and the biological body, under the prerequisite of comfortable body senses by the magrav. Its efficacy awaits users further exploration. Plasma technology has wide range of application and implementation. The author has only little talent and learning. This article is just like countryman offering the heat of the sun as a present. However, today, by casting a brick to attract jade, I also hope more people will start to do some research and development. Therefore, in the future, more practical devices will be realized and put into the society, thus benefiting the people around the world. If so, it is indeed a blessing to the humanity. May as my pray. Okay. So this is again the blueprints, and this one is a call for replicating the plasma fluctuation unit. This is the web address of the plasma fluctuation unit group in Facebook, and if anybody interested, you can contact them. Okay, thank you very much for everybody's attention. Today we will just stop here, and we hope that everybody will enjoy this session and enjoy the process of replicating this plasma fluctuation unit, and we hope that it will bring a lot of happiness and laughter and health and new understandings of the plasma technology to everyone involved. Thank you.